Hello, everybody. So, if you guys know me, like from my Instagram post recently, or just know me on Discord, and I've recently seen my statuses, then you probably already know what this video is going to be about. But for those who don't know, I recently had to go through emergency surgery because I had appendicitis. And for those who don't know what appendicitis is, it's basically whenever your appendix gets blocked by something, and it causes an infection that makes the appendix fill up with pus, and if it's not treated, then the appendix can burst and it can cause a potential fatality. So you got to get it fixed as soon as you can. And yeah, um, was very interesting, I must say. This actually happened on Monday. It was quite the manic Monday. I will say that much myself. Woke up with a pretty interesting bad pain on my right side. Didn't really think much of it. Thought it was just nothing more than, well, I might have just slept on it wrong or something like that. And so I just went to school, didn't think much of it, and throughout the day, the pain would come back and it would just disappear. Come back, disappear, come back, it'd just be a cycle over and over and over again. Didn't really go away, did it? So, yeah, I get out of there, go home, and my grandma comes up there eventually to drop off some quesadillas that she's made, because I'm probably going to eat them. And, jeez, I just realized they're still in the fridge. I need to eat those things. But yeah, anyways, so she comes up there and I ask her if she has any pain medication or anything like that I could take for the pain I've been feeling on my right side all day. And she asked me to show her where the pain's coming from. When I show her, she's like, "Let me call your mom because that's right where your appendix is and you might have appendicitis." And keep in mind that my grandmother actually also had the same thing that I had a while back, and so she kind of knows what the symptoms of this are. She calls my mom. I'm asked a few more questions, and eventually the decision is made by me and my grandma to go up to the hospital to get me checked out. And on the way there, I feel some of the worst pain that I have felt in a freaking while. So bad to the point where I was actually sweating and feeling lightheaded just from raw pain. So that was fun. We get to the hospital though, and eventually I go through two different tests, and I'm also issued some Cordal, which is a like pain medication. Yeah, too bad that the Cordal made me throw up for the first time in a while. Thanks a lot, hospital. You have such amazing medicine. It is almost just toxic, I guess. Minorly toxic anyway. Maybe I'm just allergic to it. I don't know. I didn't have any like allergic reaction to it though, so at least that didn't happen, right? But yeah, but the Cordal was issued in between tests. Means I only got the Cordal one time. One time. One time only. That was probably for the best because I threw up for the first and only time. But yeah, so the two tests I went through though was an ultrasound as well as a CAT scan. And the ultrasound is interesting because basically you're just getting massaged the entire time. Seriously, all they do is just put a bunch of warm gel on your chest and start rubbing you with this freaking smooth rubber thing. Literally feels like you're getting like a massage or something on the like point of pain. And what that's actually doing though is just taking X-rays basically that need to go to the radiology department so they can be read. And yeah, so the CAT scan though is basically whenever you're just put through this big like donut looking machine. It's basically the same thing, just without the gel in terms of its functionality anyway. It takes like x-rays and stuff. So yeah, after all that's looked at and everything's like, read and everything, I'm called back to a room. I sit in the hospital bed. A nurse walks in. They tell me that I don't have like appendicitis or anything, and I'll probably be out there within a matter of like a couple minutes with just an antibiotic, and I'll be on my way. And that's when I guess he looked a little bit closer at my CAT scan results. And his facial expression just completely changes. And he's like, actually, wait a minute, let me go get just the doctor will be in. The doctor will be in soon to talk to you. So I'm like, that was weird. He leaves, and within a matter of minutes, before long, three trauma surgeons walk in, and the head of them comes up to me, shakes my hand, he tells me who he is, and he tells me basically that while like my ultrasound or whatever doesn't show any symptoms of appendicitis, I have a CAT scan that shows appendicitis. And that means I would have to be rushed obviously into emergency surgery whenever there's an opening for it. That opening came within like 15 minutes. So, I'm taken up to like the 7th floor or whatever and taken to the operating room, and I get changed into a hospital gown, and I'm laid down in this bed covered in a bunch of blankets, all comfortable and everything. And eventually, this other dude walks in, talks to me a bit about the anesthesia and everything. And, of course, this actually is not the first time that I've had a surgery done to me in general. I actually had a surgery, like, when I was really, really young, like 2 or 3 years old. Like, literally so young that I don't even remember those days by now. But yeah, I had a surgery there a long time ago, but that was eye surgery. So, needless to say, I don't really remember, at least until now anyway, just how powerful anesthesia really is. And, like, it really just surprised me just how fast I was actually knocked out by that damn anesthesia. Like, it was so quick. Last thing I remember is just breathing into this oxygen mask as it was put onto me. Bro, I was out within, like, a few seconds. It literally was as if I was punched, like, directly in the head by, like, Mike Tyson in his prime. Except just without all the pain of being punched in the damn face, of course. But, still, it was so quick. At least it felt really quick, anyway. And after that, I wake up in another room, and there's another guy in there, and he tells me that my surgery is done. It was a success, and it took about 20 minutes to get done. Really quick surgery, because what they did anyway, for me, because there's two different methods of this, but mine was a little bit easier to do, so they just did the easier method. And that's basically just make 3 different incisions, and they staple out the appendix from the body, because of course they have to surgically remove it. So that's what they ultimately ended up doing. And so of course I now have 3 wounds on me right now that are healing up from the surgery. And yeah, that night though, I probably pissed them off quite a bit because they they actually held me there overnight just to make sure that I, remained stable and everything, that I was not really in any, like, really severe pain out of nowhere or anything like that. So, just to make sure everything went according to plan. Like they said it probably did. And I probably called the nurse in there with, like, this little remote that they had there. Probably called them in there about, like, 6 times. And most of it was just to ask for more food and drinks. So I probably pretty much annoyed them that night. I kind of treated them as if they were, like, hotel staff or whatever. But yeah, that night though, I don't know why, I was just really hungry. I probably went through like 4 different turkey sandwiches and about 6 different soda cans, a variation of Pepsi and ginger ale. I don't know why. I guess the anesthesia just kind of made me hungry and thirsty for some reason. Don't know why, but I don't have an explanation for that. But what I do have an explanation for is when I was discharged and what happened when I was discharged. So I was discharged at like 11 a.m. and I was basically just told that I can take like Tylenol and Advil and stuff for like basic pain medication for the surgery. But when I was discharged, I was told something that has really kind of pissed me off, and that, of course, is that I can't ride a freaking bike for 6 weeks because of the surgery. I am so pissed. Like, honestly, I am so mad about that because I love my bikes. I want to ride them, but I can't freaking ride because, of course, the surgery is going to prevent that from happening. Damn it. But, yeah, that's basically the only real complaint that I actually have about this so far. Of course, there definitely is some surgery pain left over, though. Um, yeah, what do you expect? It's surgery. But I'm not really in that much pain, though, honestly. That might just be because I have a decently high pain tolerance, though. Like, there was a time where I actually had a fracture in my left arm, and no one really knew about it because I was able to just keep it concealed because it didn't really affect me very much with the pain. So, yeah. They eventually found out, and I was eventually, told, like, to stay off it and everything. I was given some medicine for it and everything. But, like, it was a fracture that didn't really require surgery or anything, so I was all good with that. But, yeah. That's about all for that, though. But, yeah. I'm not really in that much pain at the moment. Not nearly as much. Like, still, for some reason, despite the fact I had surgery and everything, the worst pain was still when I was on the way to that damn hospital. I don't know why, but for some reason, just on the way to the hospital, the pain was just so intense. So, yeah. Overall, though, quite an interesting experience. So, just not to make anyone paranoid or anything like that, but if you ever feel a really bad pain in your right side that just comes out of like nowhere, then I'd say go to the hospital and just get just checked out at the very least to make sure you don't have this. Because if you don't get it treated, like I said before, at least I think I said before anyway, if you don't get it treated, then the appendix can burst, and if that's really not treated, then that will kill you. So get it treated is what I'm trying to say. If you ever have appendicitis, get it treated. Just like I got it treated. Ugh. But yeah. Overall, though, I plan hopefully to do a live stream tomorrow. I don't know what time I'll be doing the live stream. I'll see if I can post that on my community tab whenever I get the chance to. So just keep up with my community tab if you guys want to know the time for my live stream. I'll see if I can post the time of it like at least an hour in advance before I start it up. If I even start it up in the first place, hopefully I can do that. If you guys know, if anyone in the audience here knows me from school, I'll be back there by Friday. So one more day off until I'm back there. Just go easy on me though. All right, don't hurt me, please. Thank you. But yeah, that's all I really got to say for this video though. Yeah, long story short, I had appendicitis and had to go through emergency surgery. Yeah, um, got really nothing. I got no nothing else to say here. So see you guys later. And seriously, if you have it, get it treated.